Oh, hey, there. That's a nice car. What you got going on later? Oh, this? It's my mom's Prius. Pretty sweet, right? Yeah, that will never, ever happen. And let's be honest, it takes more than just a fancy car to seal the deal. But driving cars on this list, well, they'll definitely help make up for those extremely horrid pickup lines.
Hi, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
Anyways, let's dive into this list of cars that are players in the streets, and they'll help you get in between the sheets. Are you feeling lucky? Because I am. Let's go. Whether you're showing off in the school parking lot or rolling up to the club, these cars will help you stand out. Make people think that you're a CEO and not a student with lint and maybe $2 in your pocket. But if you do have $2 in your pocket, support Ideal Media. Hit the join button down below, support the channel, and get access to our private Discord where me and the Ideal fam love to hang out. Now, what says success better than a blacked out Benz? Now, if you don't know about this beast of a car, the S-Class is, well, pure class. And I'm gonna let you know right now that you will get lucky with this car because the S-Class tells everyone that you make a lot of dough. And what do they say? Mo money, mo problems? I guess that could be true. And if you snag one, you'll find out too. Because with its gorgeous leather interior and those back seats with a ton of extra room, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be more than ready to put the pedal to the metal because she's got ludicrous power, and the one that you wanna get has a couple of turb skis. Yeah, starting in 2011, the twin turbo 4.6 liter V8 puts down 429 horsepower. I mean, what sets the mood more than a German V8 throwing you back in the seat? It'll definitely make your passengers hit the high note because this thing is straight fast. Yeah, it blisters 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, which is moving with a car this big. And they're super cheap now. I found this twin turbo S-Class in slick gray for under 10K. That is a sweet deal. Just make sure that you're ready to spend a little bit of dough to keep it running. And then also save a little bit more because you're gonna wanna buy yourself a new suit. Because when you step up to your S-Class suited up, people are gonna go absolutely nuts. People are definitely gonna wanna take a ride in your sex class, I mean S-Class. Anyways, you get the picture. Now, the S-Class is big, but size matters. And next on this list is one big bad caddy. That's right, we're talking about the Escalade. If you want an SUV that's perfect for picking up your date or lots of dates, this thing is the perfect ride. This luxurious liner changed Cadillac's image away from old-fashioned and traditional to the modern and innovative style icon they've become today. And with that, it became the #1 selling full-size luxury SUV, driven by the most famous of celebrities and executives. You're basically rich by association. And I'm pretty sure that if you roll up in one of these, you're gonna get Escalade. Nice. I mean, the truck version, the Escalade EXT, even has a bed in the back. And you know what that's for? Hauling around all the cash that you save by buying this thing. Duh. You get a rig that's bigger than most cars on the road. And you know what they say about big rigs? They got big wheels. Now, the 2021 Escalade starts at around $80,000 MSRP, but you can pick up one of these for a fraction of that price. Here's a 12 Escalade for under 10 grand. Holy smokes, that's like the most insane price per pound of any car ever. That's just an ideal deal. Just make sure to fold down the rear seats for a little extra room if you know what I'm saying. And real quick, before we move on to the next rad car, if you only have a few bucks and you really wanna up your chances for success, snag this one-of-a-kind R34 GTR shirt. It comes with no guarantees, but word on the street is it is straight fire. And if that Cadillac SUV was just a little too big for you and you want to cozy up in a coupe, well then, my friends, you have a couple of choices. The first one you should have your eyes on, though, is the Maserati GT. If you want a car that breaks necks and will have people constantly pulling out their phones at stoplights, this is it. You get a leather-filled two-seater and the Maserati name. And the bulge under the hood is a Ferrari V8. Yeah, that Ferrari. The same Ferrari that makes those red supercars that will get you laid 9 out of 10 times, or at least it'll get you a bunch of car nerds to talk to you at the gas station. This Maserati has the same heartbeat. And no matter what, that Ferrari sound will be giving people whiplash as they try to sneak a peek of who's driving that machine. Yeah, that Italian V8 is godlike. And when you pull up to a party in one of these, people will totally think you're a millionaire. Whether it's the badge, the nut sound, or the fact that maintaining a Maserati is just about the most expensive thing that you can do. Everyone's gonna think that your bank account has at least 4, maybe 5 zeros in it. Wait, that's not enough money to maintain, let alone buy one of these. Anyway, I can pretty much assure you that you're gonna get laid if your crush sees you rocking a Maserati, or so we hope. When this whip initially came out, the MSRP started at $115,000, and that was for the base model. Luckily, our homie Depreciation has our back, knocking this V8 dream car to pennies on the dollar. Here's one that we found, white with tan interior for $21K. Nice, a Ferrari-powered supercar for 80% off? That's another ideal deal, right? Well, it depends on who you ask, but buying an old Maserati might not be the best thing for you. And maybe you should get something that's a little bit better for you, a little bit more reliable, a little bit more reasonable, and a far more affordable coupe. We're talking about the fairest lady in the land, the Nissan 370Z. Built to be a sports car for enthusiasts, this might be the ride if you're a lonely lady trying to snag a boy toy. Car dudes love the Z, mainly because of its styling with curves and aggression to spare. But it's mostly because this thing comes with a stick. You know, the transmission that will make you so appealing to your favorite car nerd. Wait, you didn't know that once you drive a manual, you become 10 times more attractive? Yeah, it's true. 60% of the time, it works every time. It's science, just look it up. And mated to that tranny is a 330 horsepower, 3.7 liter VQ 6-cylinder engine, which is one of the best sounding engines ever made, and it will seriously give your significant other goosebumps. Yeah, that sounds way too good. And with oh so handsome good looks and that JDM reliability and modification market, this thing is bound to get you some phone numbers. Just make sure you get the touring trim because it trades those cloth seats with heated leather buckets, which ought to heat things up. So if you want to dance with the fair lady for a fair price, here's a manual touring trim for just $10K. For a car that's quickly becoming a modern classic, that's a wicked deal. Just keep in mind that as time goes on, it's gonna be harder and harder to find one that hasn't been ridden hard and, well, you know, put away wet. Now, you know that the answer to every question is Miata. But Brad, the Miata isn't gonna get you laid. I mean, if there's one thing I've learned watching Ideal Media on the YouTubes, the Miata is the answer to everything except getting you laid. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe this time Miata isn't the answer. But there is one drop top roadster that would get a ton of people to swipe right. Bimma, 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 the BMW Z4M. And what's not to like? The Z4 has all the Miata fun. Top down, 2-seater, small car, big smiles, baby. Without any of the drawbacks of the puny engine and that Ken and Barbie body styling that the Miata is notorious for. This roadster is the real deal, packing heat with a 3.2 liter inline 6 known as the famous S54. The same engine that is impossibly one of the best cars of all time, the E46 M3. Yeah, that one. This beast of an engine pumps out 330 horses, enough to send this bad boy to 60 in under 5 seconds. And trust me, this engine with a super maneuverable chassis will always put a smile on you and your passenger's face, because that rear wheel drive will make you keep on hooning. Okay, so it's a great car and all, but how's it gonna get me laid? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's a BMW, a badge that draws a ton of attention. And speaking of attention, it's summer. It's time to put the roof down. And we know that everybody has a little bit more fun topless. So crank the radio, put the pedal to the floor, and get ready to get noticed. And if you want to snag one of these Bavarian baby makers, here's a red one that's sure to get you the attention that you deserve for just under 14K. Okay, maybe you don't want to be James Bond in a BMW. Your style is a little bit more Clint Eastwood. Well then, you need a horse or a pony. You need a Stang, the Ford Mustang GT. Now, before you shoot us down in the comments, everyone has different tastes. Some people want something high class, and those are the people that drink fancy cocktails and are interested in art. And then there's other people that just want to saddle up at the bar and take what they can get. Well, if you're looking for some sleazy, easy love, then the Mustang is for you. I mean, who doesn't love purebred stallions, right? Especially if your crush is into muscles. Ooh. Can you make that bigger? Look bigger on screen? Oh, I can go this way. Ooh. Jokes aside, this is the pony car that you want to get. Like seriously, the Mustang GT is ripped. Back when I was in high school, this was the car that everybody wanted. I imagined myself pulling up and revving that massive 4.6 liter V8 with everyone outside. People would think I'm so cool. Okay, but really, no, they'd probably think you're just annoying. But that 300 horsepower engine is powerful. But with great power comes great responsibility. Don't be that guy. Yeah, the Mustang is less of a crowd pleaser and more of a crowd killer. So make sure anytime you try to tame this wild horse is in an empty parking lot. Now, if you're looking to saddle up this pony, here's an 07 GT that's white on black for only $5K. And that makes the Mustang the cheapest car on this list. Now let's talk about the most expensive. Close your eyes real quick. And what is the first manufacturer you think of when you hear Italian? Italian styling. Like not Italian meatballs and wieners, but an Italian naturally aspirated V8. That's right, Ferrari. More than you can afford, pal. And what's the last thing you think of when you hear Ferrari? That's right, Mondial. Now, quick disclaimer. This ride has the reputation to be the cheapest and least desirable Ferrari, but who cares? It's a Ferrari. This mid-engine four-seater is not anything to write home about. And it didn't make it on our list of great mid-engine cars that Squid just put out, which is definitely an ideal video. In fact, it doesn't even have that crazy of an engine note or people blocking the road to get a picture of it. But it's still a Ferrari. So who cares? Picture this, you're at a party, popping bottles, having fun, and then someone yells, "Can someone please move their Ferrari? They're blocking the other cars." Who doesn't want to be that guy that goes, "Hey, I gotta go"? Seriously, people will think that you got fat stacks pulling up in an old Ferrari that looks like $1 million. Well, more like a dollar or a penny, because if you're not careful, that's how much will be in your bank account, since the Mondial is ancient. And it's a Ferrari, so things are bound to go wrong. So definitely do your research and make sure it has low miles, because otherwise it'll just become an expensive paperweight. But I guess you still own a Ferrari, and owning one definitely ups your chances of getting laid. So if you want to get in one, here's a Mondial for $33K. Like, wait a minute, Brad, I thought these were cheap cars. Yeah, I know, but it's a Ferrari. The name doesn't come cheap. But if you want to take a leap of faith, you have an Italian exotic for a bargain. So let me ask you guys, which vehicle do you think has the highest success rate? Is it the smooth S-Class, the Escalade, or the flirty Ferrari? Or is it something else? Let us know down in the comments. And if you're new here, my name's Brad Danger, and please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Also hit that like button to let us know you like this video. And if you dislike the video, don't just hit it once, hit it twice. Really let us know that you dislike this video. Also, check out some of our other Ideal content. And as always, keep living the ideal lifestyle.